Hello.
Go.
Fuck me. Fuck me.
I was merely doing what you suggested, Daddy.
Hello, our beautiful listeners, and welcome to Full Starts Podcast, the only podcast that will blatantly steal their intros from popular YouTubers. I'm here as ever with Ashley.
Hello.
And Dan.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
And gentlemen, I'd like you to think of the superpower that you would most like to have, and then bestow yourself with the opposite of that. What is your power?
Okay. I would like to jump really high, but not too high, because I don't want to get scared of heights.
That's not the question.
That
What
is the
superpower
answer.
would you like to have because you're getting the opposite of it?
I just gave it to you.
Small jumps. Ashley?
What was
So you're
confusing
going to be
about
a
my
white
answer?
man. Good. I would like time travel, so therefore I'd just be frozen in place forever.
Okay. Mine is lead vision, the opposite of X-ray vision. I'm clinically blind. Theme tune!
I'm liking these new openings.
Thank you.
They're working out nicely.
But jot of energy to start with.
And my some country of origin beer?
Yes.
Some country road somewhere, I don't know.
To the place I think I belong.
Somewhere. Oh, bollocks.
Stop punching my microphone.
Function. This whole thing's wonky.
As usual, before we begin, you guys probably want to know who won the A-Team sequel pitch poll. Well, I can tell you now that it was insert winner here when the poll ends. So well done to him or her.
She did good.
I can't believe that crap won, or I think you deserved it.
Last I checked, we were insert number here.
We'll just stick it in somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what
We'll do a
insert name here
postscript.
said.
Lewis won with 50%.
Anyway, guys,
Yes.
we are gathered here today to discuss the gothic rock opera REPO, because it's got an exclamation mark, the genetic opera.
By the middle of the 21st century, organ failure had become a worldwide epidemic. But GeneCo was there to satisfy the demand for organ replacements.
Enjoy GeneCo's day and nighttime formula.
The problem is, if you miss a payment, GeneCo sends out the repo man. And when he finds you, your time is up.
I do.
Perform surgery.
Surgery. Guys, do you want a bit of backstory before we
Yes.
dive into the movie?
Yes, please. I would like that.
Okay, so REPO, the genetic opera, began life in 2001 on the stage, no less.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, when the credits rolled at the end, it said based on the screenplay by these two cunts.
The second it was done, I was like,
Yeah.
Penned and directed by Terence Zdunich and Darren Smith. Terence Zdunich is Grave Robber in the movie. It started off as a...
who's Grave Robber?
Is
the
that
guy with the
Oh.
hair, the goth guy.
oh,
You know
right.
the one. The goth guy in this
The
movie.
one who had no impact whatsoever in this film.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. The de facto narrator, I guess.
I've got him down as
The
narrator.
Cheshire Cat.
Anyway, his name is Grave Robber. Terence Zdunich in real life. It started out as a 10-minute small club piece called The Necromerchant's Debt, which, in my opinion, is a way cooler name.
Yeah.
More accurate.
Yeah. You can find the whole show on YouTube if you dig deep enough.
No, because the debt is to those that the necromerchant has given the parts to, not... Debt does not belong to the necromerchant.
It's closer than Repo the genetic opera. This is not about genetics and barely has an opera.
Yeah.
Anyway, that grows from the 10 minutes into a 45-minute one-act thing. And eventually they decide to produce a fully fledged play. This is around 2002, and they hire a fresh out of film school Darren Lynn Bousman of Saw 2 to 4 directorial fame to direct their stage play. Fresh out of film school
Yeah.
to direct their stage play. What was originally a 4-night booking kept selling out at the theatre to the point where it ran for 5 weeks. People fucking loved this play.
Where?
In America.
Broadway?
I'm getting there.
All right.
They booked another run in 2004, and in 2005 they booked the Wings Theatre, which is a just off-Broadway theatre.
Right. Thank you.
There you go.
I'm sorry I interrupted your immaculate script.
Just let me get to the end of a paragraph, and then you can answer a fucking question. I know I said paragraphed.
I'm on Broadway. You know, just off of Broadway.
Off Broadway.
Down the dark alley.
Off Broadway is a thing.
Just down the dark alley. Don't
Anyway.
mind the tramps.
Anyway, that runs and runs, and 5 years later, Darren Lynn Bousman, using his own money to help get it off the ground, convinces Lionsgate to finance a movie for $8.5 million. And this movie really is a passion project for all involved. And now we know the backstory. Shall we discuss the movie proper?
Tell me the front story.
Sure. It's awful.
Really? We think it's awful? Well, you think it's awful?
I think it's fucking boring.
Okay.
For everything it's supposed to be, that is one boring film. With absolutely nothing interesting going on.
Ashley,
For an hour and 37 minutes.
opening thoughts? Opening salvo?
I had to take breaks every 10, 12 minutes. Then I'd come back, press play, and then for the first 5 seconds be like, oh, fuck this again. I'd look forward to, because I'd have that break, I'd have something to eat, something to drink, and then...
Every 10 minutes.
Ish.
Something to eat, something to... I'll go away, make a full meal.
I mean, I did.
Add some shrimp.
Every 10 minutes.
I had half a chicken, some roast new potatoes.
some niçoise salad, you prick.
It's quite nice, yeah. Yeah, so it just got to the point where it's like every now and then they're like, the fuck is this now? And I'd come back to the frozen thumbnail and it'd be, oh, that looks interesting. Whatever's happening there. And then you press play and immediately they're singing and dancing like a fucking loon.
That's because it is an opera. I mean, it is billed as Repo the Genetic Opera. It's a rock opera. It is predominantly singing. Or it's talk
opera.
singing.
Yeah. Oh, none of that, thank you. None of that. I was genuinely
Very-
terrified it was going to be nothing but that. And I thought, well, please,
Well,
please don't
there's
be
very,
that.
very little spoken word in the movie.
Everything is spoken in song. And so when there are actual singing pieces, they're okay. But then when they have to converse to each other, it just comes across as screeching. And then you have people talking to each other who have entirely different registers. So you've got... there's only one bloke who's got an operatic range in this film.
Yeah.
Rotti.
Rotti, that's
Big fat bloke.
Yeah, Bread man.
Pavarotti.
And then when he has to sing with others, like, for example, Paris Hilton, and has to sing to her, and she has to sing back, it's
Paris Hilton,
Makes-
I need this role.
makes your ears bleed.
Oh, yeah, guys. Paris Hilton's a main character in this movie. Should we
No.
do a play-by-play?
Not a
Main character. She barely reaches C plot.
Well, she's like third or fourth build.
All those kids are a D plot. Doesn't need to happen.
No. Well.
Like almost half the cast are unnecessary in this film. But let's go play by
Let's
play.
go
as you
play by
said.
play. We'll try, listeners, to describe the scene we're talking about as best we can when we remember, because we understand not a lot of people have seen this movie. It's going to get confusing, especially considering the fact that it is an opera.
So I have one straight out of the gate for just when the Lionsgate logo comes up, and I thought, oh, look at them Silent Hill Homecoming graphics there. Bet they're so edgy.
Yeah, it gave me flashbacks to Saw.
The Twisted Pictures Lionsgate
Yeah.
combo. Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's like, oh, rusty gears and blood. Oh, this movie's gonna be dark.
Edge.
Fuck off.
We're edge lords. I still don't know what that really means.
You're not WWE wrestler Edge, the rated R superstar.
Right? Oh, yeah. That was his gimmick.
First note is that's some cheap looking comic book opening.
I like
Yep.
it. I really like that.
liked
opening.
it?
Yeah,
Well, I
because
thought it was an interesting choice.
it was a nice choice. It was like Sin City, but with colour.
I think the comic
works.
book itself just looked incredibly cheap.
I
But,
also
I mean,
thought so.
that's the whole
Like,
8.5
million
Yeah,
was the budget of the
that's
movie.
what you're gonna get. And
You
it was
can
okay
go on
because then you had-
Fiverr and get a decent artist.
you can, if they get back to you.
I mean, it just need a little bit more work done to it. And I think it would have been fine. Like the color really pops out, and it completely jars with the rest of the high bloom intensity of the rest of the film.
Yeah.
That whole thing looks like it's a dream sequence.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set up the plot for the listeners
Okay.
before we dive any deeper. So, Repo the Genetic Opera is set in the near future.
I was waiting for it to say near future 1997, something like that.
the near future of 1997. This movie was made in 2008.
I know. That's what I was
That
hoping
would have been
for.
good, actually. That would have been great.
Look at our
Like a
flying
retro
Corvettes.
futuristic style thing. I like that.
Yeah,
Anyway, it's
it's-
set in the
it's a
near
good laugh.
future, and there's an epidemic of organ failures. A company called GeneCo pops up offering private organ transplants, which then evolves into designer transplants. And as it says briefly on a magazine in the prologue, you can change your race if you like. There's a picture of a black man's body with a white man's head or something. It's very sensitive.
And wrong, as I will go into on my fourth note.
I completely missed that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, these transplants are expensive, and a lot of people have to pay in installments because they'll die otherwise. You know, their organs are failing. But when they miss a payment, GeneCo sends out the Repo Man, who comes and
All
repossesses.
American hero.
Yeah.
Super Ted.
Who comes to repossess that organ from you. They also manufacture a drug to ease the pain of surgery or organ failure called Zydrate, which comes in a little glass vial.
Little glass vial.
Thank you. I'm so glad you did that because I had it written here in brackets that one of you can do that.
Best song in the movie.
It's a highly addictive and cheap. There's a highly addictive and cheap black market version that has popped up on the streets as well, harvested from the bodies of the dead people who used it. It's a ridiculous setup. I know. I'm sure the movie knows that as well. It's one that had never happened in good old Blighty either. What with our wonderful NHS.
Take a sip. Every time you say those words, that acronym, take a sip.
That's the background of the movie. That's the premise. That's where we are. That is the world we're inhabiting here. Let's carry on with our play-by-play and nitpick this shit to death.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, at first when old Pagliari, what the fuck his name is,
Who?
Breadman.
Breadman.
Oh, Rotti.
Thank you. When Pavarotti starts up and
Did you get it? Because his son's name is Pavi.
Yeah,
And his name is Rotti.
So
And they all have
funny.
different accents.
Yes, they do.
What was called Luigi?
Yep.
Because Italy.
But yeah, like when he first came on, I thought, oh, please don't tell me they're all just gonna speak the lyrics, because if they're gonna do that, I'll put this movie on mute. Like,
I'm going to watch a musical on mute.
yeah, because I'm not dealing with a whole movie that's just nothing but spoken word over song.
Well,
That's not an opera. That's slam poetry
How many
set
operas
to
have you
background
seen?
music. I've seen two, not live, but I've seen
Eh? Why? What?
two. Miss Saigon and
It's not an
It's like- it's
opera.
not an opera.
oh come
It's a
on,
musical.
Come on, that's more of an opera
It's
than a
not
musical.
an opera. I'm not giving you it. Carry on.
Fine. Anyway,
What's the other one?
The other one is Shakespeare in Love.
The other one was Young Frankenstein.
the other one was the rendition that Bugs Bunny did, where he was in drag, and that counts.
All right, yeah, that counts.
Exactly.
The other one was the opening to Mrs. Doubtfire.
Dude Looks Like a Lady is an operatic classic.
De la chita.
Right.
I just didn't want it. I didn't want.
So how did you watch the movie?
Well, no,
Because
once,
it is all sing-speaking.
With
once
his
it got
eyes.
past two, and there were other actual people trying to sing to a sort of competent level, I was like, okay, I can live with this. I can be fine with that.
Okay.
When Shiloh can sing,
Until she got to the teenage tantrum, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That song is called 17 and we will get there.
I wonder why it was called that.
and the head can make.
And the head has pipes.
He has pipes.
You can ham it a little bit. But yeah,
And the Cheshire Cat character,
he can sing.
Cheshire Cat character.
he's the one who.
grave robber.
Oh,
grave
Grey
robber.
Robber. Terence Zadunik.
Although he's got,
No, he can talk through a song.
he can, but he's got a tendency to go, oh, this is the bit of the song that it has the word low in it, so I have to sing it like this.
Yes.
So, and it is jarring
Like his relevance declines rapidly and then hits the ground.
entirely. Yeah.
Speaking of jarring, what's jarring to me in the opening number?
All
at
those
least?
organs that are in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Darren Lynn Bousman directed 3 Saw movies and did
Yeah.
this right after. So it's shot exactly like a Saw movie, the opening. Except it's a musical. So like they're all singing Repo Man, singing and a dancing, but it's shot exactly the same way as Saw because it was the same fucking crew. And
Here's
this
a
woman's just
sponge for a
getting
heart.
this woman's getting slashed about and getting chased down by the repo man, and
Yeah.
it takes a while to settle, is what I'm saying. The styles take a while to blend and merge in your brain. It's very jarring to start off.
The Reaper Man costume looks way better in the comic panels than it actually does when you see it up close.
Yes.
Mostly because his chin is on display.
Yes.
And it really ruins the effect of a scary doctor.
I kind of liked it. It's not a scary doctor though. He's just a masked killer. Yes, he's extracting, but he's not doing it to doctor to people. He's not looked into the void and decided I'm going to start helping people and then
This is how I cure brain damage. It's cutting out brains.
Repossessing property that isn't there. And you're going to have to slash them open to do it.
Well, I mean, it is there. Otherwise, just killing people.
Have you not seen the UK TV sort of
No, you
GoPro
can end it there.
camera repo, the
Genetic opera? No,
yeah.
I haven't seen it in GoPro mode.
It's like the repo man wears a GoPro on his shoulder and he's like knocking. Love, you have to come out. I need to harvest your organs.
No, that's a movie with Elijah Wood.
that's also a Monty Python sketch from Meaning of Life.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. What else is weird about the opening number is they acts as a second prologue.
Yes,
Telling us-
because I haven't even spoken about the first prologue yet.
Yeah, the comic book scene.
I've
The
not
comic book
finished
scene
it.
is our prologue, and
Yeah.
the opening number acts as a second prologue, telling us
everyone has
exactly what we've already seen.
Everyone has a prologue. Like, Repo Man has a prologue. The opera singer has a prologue.
Yep.
Pavarotti has a prologue. The movie has a prologue.
But it always comes after they've just explained to you in person the exact same story they're going to.
Yes, yeah.
I
doing
killed
comic-
his wife. Yes, I killed his wife.
It has the comic book scene, and then a song.
No, it has
about
the comic
what
book
we've
scene
just seen.
after.
No, it's the comic book scene. I've seen this movie more times than you. Trust me. It's the comic book scene. It's the comic book scene, and then a song follows that comic book scene, telling us everything we just saw in the comic book scene. Comic book scene. Comic book scene.
Understood.
And as we've learned,
My God, this comic book scene appeared.
as we've learned on this podcast, is that when your movie opens with an animated sequence that explains the backstory, studio mandate didn't do well with the test audiences. Very confused.
I'm not surprised, because without that, you would have no idea what's going on in this film.
No.
Things just happening, like, what the hell is happening?
No.
Like, and there's no way to really properly focus on this film.
I reckon. So this has to be like the third script or something when they've just gone, right, no one knows what's happening, so we're changing the entire script, the entire story. So just when you have to say something, just tell everyone what you're doing. Because that's all they do in the sing-along. So like, I'm currently doing this because of something I have done. La 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 la. Going to
I
do
can tell
this.
you the exact amount of script that was changed from start to finish. But I will tell you when we come back after the break later on, because that's where it is in my notes.
All right. Well, opening prequel, original prequel, number one, best prequel.
Prologue. What?
Prologue. That's what I meant.
Sorry.
Jinko.
Moth? Jinko.
Yeah, a company that's about, creating organs and taking said organs, also has a poster up that says keeping our community clean. Mm. And later on, we see a cleaning truck with everything fucking has speakers on it in this universe.
Yes.
With speakers on it saying, cleaning up the city since 030. So
Yes.
2030, I assume.
There was a cleaning truck?
Yeah,
A
outside.
garbage truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you are, but what am I?
Truck.
So what is the company?
They are.
They make organs.
They make organs. They make
Clean streets.
clean streets.
Look at this tarmac I made.
They make drugs, and they clean up the dead bodies.
Multifaceted, like a Swiss Army knife.
Wonderful. Another poster, or no, this was a magazine, says giving you a sexier X-ray.
Okay, that's funny.
No, it's not that.
No, that is funny.
Why pay more for designer organs that no one's going to see?
So look at this sexy skeleton. Isn't he a freak?
Skeleton's not an organ. Calm down.
Gives me an organ.
Well,
I'd love a bone from him. Whoa.
Oh, bit of rib bone.
Right, and
Hey.
then we get to the second magazine, Change Your Race / Skin Grafts.
Yes.
race doesn't equal colour. Race is a group of people. It's a common ancestor. It's a culture. It's not just slapping a bit of paint on yourself.
All right, you social justice warrior.
You fucking soy boy.
Yes! Oh, on cue.
I'm sorry. It's a fun one to
It's
use.
like, yeah, go on, Dad, do it. And then in the comic scene, when they're explaining what Repo Men do and what all the basically the background of the world.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, that's a point. Why aren't there more Repo Men? Why is
Well,
there
I don't
the one?
know. I don't know if there are.
There probably are. You'd have to assume there are.
But no, because they use the word Repo Men sometimes. But then this song is specifically about a Repo Man who is 6'6", so not Anthony Head.
Who's 6'1"? Yeah.
So everyone is scared of the Repo Man.
Yes.
And
We are nitpicking this to death, aren't we? He's not 6'6",
Well, I thought if they were going to say
unless
6'6",
he's in platforms.
they'll use some camera trickery or physical platforms or something like that, but they didn't.
So I have a question. So part of this plot is the reason why Pavarotti does his evil deeds throughout the film.
There's
is
nobody
because-
called Pavarotti.
You know who I mean.
No, I don't. We need to distinguish because there is a guy called Pavi and a guy called Rotti.
Okay, Mr. Rotti the main man.
Thank you,
okay?
Rotti Botti.
It makes my body rotty.
He his whole motivation behind this film is I'm dying, my children are worthless, you know, and I don't want to leave my legacy to them. I need to find someone worthy of my legacy. Now he works for GeneCo. Well, he owns GeneCo.
Yep.
Yes.
Why does he not 3D print himself some new organs? Because they don't tell you what's wrong with him. They just say it's terminal, right?
Yes.
So I imagine anything but the brain would be fine, and they could just put a new one in.
It seems that, I mean, even though we later find out that, hey, maybe it's not this, it seems that blood infections are a thing. So
Yes.
maybe you can get organs to filter it out a little bit, but if they got some sort of advanced blood infection, you could still just die from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We assume because the movie doesn't explain it.
No,
The movie
so
doesn't
then
tell us.
why is there no cure for that? Why did he not sink his money into...
Blood's not an organ. I don't know.
Because he kept
'Cause
killing the
it's-
doctors that
but-
told him how long he had to live,
They kept banging
Yeah.
his wives that he wanted.
which is fucking Punisher 3
Yeah. Yes, it is.
syndrome again.
Like, I mean, just it's called GeneCo.
It's named after his granddaddy Gene.
I'm
Guy-
sorry, it
guy-
just really bothers me that he doesn't think to actually use his company
We're
for
gonna
its
have to.
intended
We're gonna
purpose.
have to move further into the movie because we are stuck at 4
All right,
minutes.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let's move
We
back.
can't get past this 4-minute mark.
Let's move back to around 2 minutes where the comic was initially. So they show us extracting the blue goo, the zeitgeist or whatever it's called.
The zeitgeist. Yeah.
I've just called it blue goo.
The Zigglypuff.
Woo. But in the comic, they show you with the thumb on top of the little thingy on the syringe. So clearly
Yeah.
not extracting from, but pushing blue goo in. And we're never told how they found that blue goo was in human cadavers.
Could have been a vacuum one.
No, it wasn't. It was very obviously your standard.
Are you a doctor man now?
Oh, I mean, you tell yourself, put like a Hoover up to and goes, I got some blue girl, that. Oh, I can use that.
Right.
would be
Sorry,
funny.
Mister, I've watched this film more than you.
Yeah.
Go back and watch it and tell me I'm right.
I'm not doing that.
Or do you not like this film? Is it shit?
It's quite clear that your 2 pages of notes.
On the second page now.
And you're on the second page now already. Fucking hell, you're 4
Oh no,
minutes
I've already
in.
said 6'6", and is there just one? Question mark.
I'm moving to 14 minutes in.
Okay, well,
We're moving on.
after we find out he's ill, we meet his kids, who one wears another person's face,
Yeah.
like he's Joker from the new Batman stuff.
That face is the face of Darren Lynn Bousman's girlfriend.
Awesome.
They needed a face, and he was like, put a face in this goop.
That'll do. There's Paris Hilton, and
That's
then
what I
there's
tell all the ladies.
then there's number 3. So fuck them. They're kind of worthless throughout this whole movie.
Yeah.
And you could cut them out entirely. But then we also meet Shelob.
Shawnee?
Shiloh.
Shelob.
Shylock the Merchant.
Right. Yes.
Shelob, the sexy spider lady,
Yes. Okay.
who is in her mother's mausoleum
Ungoliant's mausoleum, yes.
Yes.
and is chilling out, and then she runs into Pasty Man,
Grave robber, yeah.
Selling all his pasties.
Yeah. You can tell I paid attention. And he's robbing
And
graves.
it's my job to sell pasties.
And it's my job to steal and rob.
What a dickhead! Like, yeah, screaming.
While all the cops are just running around in the circle. Because you look closely, they're just going in a circle.
Also, because everyone looks a fucking alike unless they have someone's face plastered on themselves, I thought he was one of the kids. So I was like, why are you working?
Too busy earning, mate. So she
You
runs
had,
into
you had
him.
a point, I assume, Dan.
Yeah, well, I'm just getting through the plot so people
Okay,
know what's
yeah, yeah.
happening.
The what?
Exactly. And she passes out, and she gets dragged away by the Reaper Man, and we find out obviously the Reaper Man is her daddy, and she's ill because she has a blood disease.
Yes.
And yeah, we get the whole grave robbing, and like he smashes open a tomb with a corpse
Yes, he does.
to extract more blue goo
Yeah.
from people's noses.
He does that initially to get away, then he just finds a mass grave and then forgets the police are after him and starts extracting again.
Yeah, and she gets nicked after like 4 minutes of standing in the open doorway.
Oh, but don't worry
The
though,
cops shining lights on her.
because she's saved by a man on the graveyard tannoy.
Oh yeah, I
It's
forgot about the
Rotty.
graveyard tanner.
Yes.
Graveyard tannoy man is rotted.
Everything has a tannoy. Everything has speakers.
So she was well hidden, right? Why did she run when they chased after Thingy? Why did she expose herself to the coppers?
Well, I mean, he shouted, "Graves!" and they all surrounded him. So, like, you can hide behind a gravestone all you want, but if you're surrounded 360, you're going to get spotted.
I mean, I'm pretty sure with all their dancing around, they didn't spot him. Oh, and there was those weird mourners that were singing as well.
Things that happen in a graveyard, things you see in a graveyard. Do, 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 do.
Under the sea.
Because it turned into a Caribbean calypso.
Under the sea.
That's why the goths love this movie so much, because of its fucking calypso tunes.
Under the earth. Dun, dun, under the earth.
Right. 14 minutes in. Can we go there now?
Yeah, we can go there.
I'm happy whenever Giles shows up in anything.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, I like him. I like Giles. I've seen him read Byron, have a rave with Pepe the King Prawn. It was magical. But he's doing an American accent here, and it's creeping me out.
Shiloh,
Yes, Dad?
did you take your medicine?
Yes?
What's that?
What's what?
That.
Oh, that. My window, it's cracked.
Why aren't you wearing your mask? Should I head back?
No, I'm fine.
I can be there in no time.
That won't be needed.
But Shiloh,
Your patients need you.
Was he?
Yeah.
It didn't sound like he was trying very hard.
He was singing in American accent.
Yeah. It doesn't sound right coming out of Anthony Head's face.
I'll give that to you.
Anthony faces head.
Yes.
Right.
And Anthony's
Face is
Stuart
Anthony
face.
Head. Head Anthony Face.
Okay.
Something like that. 1640, there's Shiloh sings, "Why oh why are my genetics such a bitch?" And it's such an awful lyric.
It's such a teenage lyric.
Yeah,
It is a teenage lyric.
There's a
It's-
part at like
But it is awful. I think
I've got a
all of-
note. I've got a note a little bit later at 39:15 where I talk about some of these lyrics because they're
terrible.
bad.
And repeated ad nauseum.
This needed a couple of passes. They needed time to work on this that they clearly didn't put into it. Same with the music. Actually, I want to point this
Well,
out.
you say that they didn't have the time to put into it, but it's been like since 2001. Started out as the 10-minute thing, was a musical on off Broadway by 2005. This came out in 2008. They had plenty of time.
Specifically, the movie. I don't know about the play. I've not seen it, and I haven't read any of the short
I
stuff.
can tell you how the play went. It went, oh, fabricated organs, and there's an evil man taking them. But hey, little blue thing in a gun for 10 minutes, and then end. Because that was the best song in the film. So they just went...
But his thing.
I mean, you're not wrong. The
That-
one-man 10-minute show is just Grave Robber doing the Grave Robber songs from this movie.
Right, okay.
yeah, that's the best stuff of the film.
Yes.
You can tell the rest of it thrown together, but you hear all the music and it's all pretty much just one chuggy chord, and that's it. Yeah. It's like, okay, look.
It's
Goth,
you know what it
that's
is?
not all
It's
goth music.
WWF attitude on the N64's wrestler intro music.
It's every wrestler intro music.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not bad. Like, it's really off-putting when you're just, like, you're waiting for the song to start, and it doesn't. Every song in this is just, like, the 10 seconds of an intro, and that's all you get. It's very infuriating to go, when are you starting? When's the song? Oh, you're just singing? Okay, fuck
No, you
it,
see,
whatever.
I had this same thought until halfway into the movie, and we'll get there. I'll tell you when it all changes. But the second half of the movie, I think the songs vastly improve. Dramatically.
No, I'll tell you why
improve.
that is, because at the end it just goes into medleys, and medleys are always good. The only
Yeah.
problem they had was the mixing of different voices that didn't work together.
So I'm at 18 minutes. If anyone has anything else before then,
I've got stop singing in all capitals.
I've got no more of these siblings, please. No more. Enough of you.
Look at all the Cooper kids.
18 minutes. Shiloh is forced to stay inside because of her blood disease. She sleeps in her bed with plastic quarantine sheets. She has a full-length window that opens all the way with no locks. Also, Darren Lynn Bousman is shooting some of these songs like music videos as opposed to musical numbers.
He's shooting all of them. They are cheap music videos.
Exactly. Yeah, which, the song "Infected," Shiloh song's like, why am I genetic such a bitch? Looks exactly like "Wake Me Up" by Evanescence. Because she is looking out the full-length window, and it's all blue.
Oh, what was I? Yeah, basically, it's Rebecca Black meets Evanescence.
Yeah.
That's what these songs are.
Do you know what? If they'd have just said to Evanescence, look, can you write us like maybe 10 songs? They would have been in better standing.
I was thinking something different. Forget a film. They would have made more money just making all these songs as singles and selling it to the moody teen crowd. Like an Evanescence.
They
like a
did sell
Rebecca
it to the
Black.
moody teen crowd as much as they could. There was no money for marketing. Lionsgate gave them nothing to
Doesn't
work
take
with.
8 mil to do a couple of singles.
You'd be surprised at some of them, mate. Some of it takes
You've
double
seen the
that to get
quality.
them less.
You've seen the quality of these ones.
20 minutes in, we get another comic book intro to Giles' backstory.
Yes.
And then another full musical number explaining what we just saw in the comic book intro. And I write here, before I watch the rest of the movie, I'm worried this won't be the last we see of this. And it's not.
No, he remembers.
Everyone gets it.
He remembers what he did. He remembers.
He does. He remembers.
Does he remember?
He does.
Does he?
Yeah.
You sure?
Even though he remembers it wrong, and it's never actually revealed to him, which I kind of like.
Guys,
Yeah.
it's time for a new segment on the show.
No.
Why not? Why water? It's tidbit time. The bassist on the song, Giles' song, is the bassist for Rob Zombie. Tidbit time. Moving on.
He must have needed the work desperately. Or he was a friend of someone.
They roped in many, many musicians from many bands to work on this. And there'll be more tidbit times.
You know what?
I will tell you who they are.
Now that you
Kraftwerk.
say that kind of... We are driving on the Autobahn. Like, now that you say that,
Billy Bragg.
things click a little bit more in my head when you're just taking random musicians and get them to just do pieces here and there. Or go, fuck it, I don't have time for this. I want to go do cocaine. Fuck it, you can have these 2 chords. I'm out. That makes a
There you
lot
go.
more sense.
There we go. See, tidbit time. Great
Allegedly
feature already.
cocaine. Allegedly cocaine.
Having done a little research, I found in a AMA with Darren Lynn Bousman on Reddit that there is a director's cut of the movie out there.
Okay.
I can only assume it removes the comic book sequences and explains some questions that I have later on in the movie.
I instead want it to be a tie-in to Saw.
Okay.
And then
I would like it half an hour shorter.
And then Saw just lives next to all these singing people and gets annoyed and starts killing them. For hurting his little earsy wearsies.
Would he use like musical traps and everything?
Because he has an
Like
engineering
boxes.
degree.
You're really noisy.
You went above the noise pollution level, so now you die.
You were playing at 11:01 p.m. There's 1 minute past the timeline.
23 minutes, we're in Jinko's organ storage warehouse. And we get the like proper introduction to Rotty's kids. We get Amber Sweet and Luigi and Pavi, and they do their horrible songs like fucking kill you.
Stab hole, fuck the hole, and the fucking.
This is where you tell me.
I think brother and sister should fuck.
Yeah.
Get out of my face.
It's an awful.
This is where you tell me that
Urge to
Luigi
kill
is someone's friend because he cannot act, cannot sing. He has no place being in this film.
He is
there's
the
no timing either.
worst. Like Paris Hilton is in this film, and Luigi is worse than she is.
And does
What
he
does
think?
that say?
Does he think he's a slice of gold piss because he keeps on doing his shirt?
I've no idea. This isn't the point that I wanted to make, though. We're in this warehouse, and it doesn't look sanitary.
What gave it away?
The shirtless men, the stripper nurses, the no gloves. It doesn't look refrigerated at all.
Nope.
Organs may as well just be lying out on dusty shelves. I think I'll be buying my organs from Offal Corp, thank you.
There's a lot of piss filter over that scene.
The
Very off-putting.
entire movie is tinted blue.
Except for that, which is tinted a horrible yellow.
Like, if we thought Battlefield
blue piss
Earth
is
was
great.
blue, this is more blue. What's more blue than Battlefield Earth blue?
It's like none more blue.
Eiffel 19 or whatever.
This is Eiffel 65 blue.
65. You were close. I have a note here.
Yeah, he was only, 24 out?
Yeah, only.
19 and 64 makes 24.
Shut your fucking mouth.
So 31-36, when we're getting the Repo Man, he's got a man strapped to the chair and he's having a little sing-song.
Oh, no, you're ahead.
I'm ahead. Oh,
You're
I'm sorry.
ahead.
Go on.
You're ahead. You're ahead. Wait. What?
I'm also legs.
Right. We get another comic book scene before this point.
Oh, yeah. We get Pappy's.
I think,
Pappy
yeah.
Rotti's.
I think so.
Where he's like, he didn't kill his wife, I did.
Yes, that's the scene.
right.
Yeah, we get Rotty's backstory, and it's this point in the movie that I stop it because I'm getting fed up with the comic book introductions to the characters. The movie's not based on a comic. It was a stage musical. They're not going to be using comic book interludes on the fucking stage, are they? So curiosity gets the better of me.
Okay, now can we stop for the next 10 minutes? Can everyone just read pages 4 to 10 of this comic?
Exactly. I hope you all bought your programs because that's where the comics are. If not, they're £12 in the fucking hall.
I really
If you don't
like
share
those
with the
comics. Because
But they have no place here.
Well,
the
they-
comics have no place.
they
It's
were
not
a
it wasn't
respite.
based on a comic book.
They were a respite. Get away from the gloomy, shitty filter.
what purpose
and
do
then
they
go to the
serve?
colourful comic. Colourful comics.
Okay, look. They already...
But it's not based on a comic book.
So
like,
what?
You know, they already
not
tell you
based
what
on an
happens
opera.
after you see that comic book
It
scene.
is based on an
Therefore,
opera. It's its
they
own
don't
opera.
serve a purpose.
They don't serve a purpose other than look nice and have something that I can remember
don't even
fondly
look
about
nice.
this film. I like it.
You like MS Paint, then?
Yeah.
Right,
Ringo
anyway.
Starr's art is fantastic. It's not it's shit.
Curiosity gets the better of me anyway.
Yes.
I go online to find out what the fuck's going on. Why are these comic book things here? I discover that there exists a 12-minute Repo short film. And I can only assume, much like Saw had, it's a pitch reel of sorts. It was a way to get Lionsgate to fork over the cash. This short film only ever gets played at Repo the Genetic Opera road shows, and even then only occasionally because it's a legal thing. But there are snippets of it that you can find online. And I found the opening 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it's a fucking comic book. The opening 2 minutes of the 12-minute short film is a comic book.
Same style?
No, different style. Just as cheap. So now, I've found this short film, this pitch reel, this fucking opening 2.5 minutes comic book of a pitch reel used to sell the movie. I've got no idea who to hold accountable. I'm just extra annoyed. Who do I hold accountable? Because is it a studio mandate? Because it was there in the pitch. What the fuck is happening? Why do they exist?
I think it was Lynn Bowson went, I need something. Comic books panels. Yes. That's artsy.
Like in the pitch reel, I can sort of understand it because you need to set up the world in a short amount of time to sell the movie. But in the movie, you have the movie. You have all of the movie to sell the movie. To show me the movie.
I have a scenario that may have played out. They showed the pitch reel. They went, yeah, we really like that. go with it. Here's $8 million that I'm going to begrudgingly give you for this film. They make it. It's all going well. They come along, sort of say midway through the shots, and have a look at what they've got knocked up so far, and they go, "Why are there no comic book parts?" He goes, "What? You promised me comic book parts." And I went, yeah, we'll add them in. We haven't got there yet. And then they had to just chuck them in randomly.
I mean, that could be what happened because they do just explain the shit that gets explained
Yeah,
right after anyway. There's no... Maybe. We'll never know. I'm
that's
just
my
angry
guessing.
about it because it's stupid and serves no purpose.
But we get...
You want the movie to be half an hour short. It would be if we removed the comic book scenes.
Yes, I'd be... And then, fine.
No, it wouldn't. Just repeat all the repeated lines in the songs. Keep the comic book scenes, and then get rid of all the repeated lines in the songs. So make every
Why
song
would
a
I do
third
that?
of its size.
Why would I do that? I don't like the comic book scenes and they're stupid.
I don't like the singing, and it's stupid.
Well, you're
Keep comic
wrong.
books. Team comic books
Wait,
for this
actually,
film
no.
no one cares about.
No, you're not wrong, but I disagree with you.
Thank you. That's all right. I can accept that.
Okay, so the reason when we're getting Mr. Pavarotti's backstory...
Wait. Yeah, go on. No, you are.
yeah.
I was going to overreact, but you are. Let me
I'm
carry
right,
on.
I'm
That doesn't sound like you.
We get this while he's on his way to meet Shiloh, or kidnap Shiloh.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I had the cure to your disease. As that goes on, he says, meeting your mother's mausoleum. She's in there, and he confesses to her through the door what he did. And she forgets about it until the end of the movie.
Does he confess to her?
Yes.
He goes, if she hadn't gone with that doctor, I wouldn't have killed her, your mother.
But
anyway, tear gas.
I didn't get that bit because it was... I mean, number one, again, the problem with everyone looking the same, especially she was looking the same as her mum. I don't know if he was looking at her and seeing one of those hologram pictures of the... Those hologram pictures, fuck off. Of the mum, and then
forgot about that.
almost like confessing to that.
Is
Right,
is he confessing it to Shiloh, or is he doing that sort of operatic thing where he's like singing his inner monologue? And
I think
no
he's
one else
singing
can-
his inner
But
monologue.
they were
'cause
facing each other.
She's in the mausoleum and can see him through the
Yeah.
slatted part
and
of the
she's
door.
Yeah, she's not hiding.
Like, they're
both
looking
kind of
directly at
looking
each
out of a
other, but I
window.
assume
She is
the idea is
hiding
not
at this
supposed
point,
to.
isn't she?
Not at this point. When he starts saying that, she starts to hide.
Okay.
Oh,
So he's
I thought
like,
you were saying not at this point, but later on she becomes part of Spy Kids. But yeah, he confesses the crime he committed, and she just goes, "Oh, I didn't hear that," and then gets tear gassed.
Yeah, maybe it's memory
And
gas.
the movie moves on.
Maybe it was memory gas. We'll never know because the movie doesn't explain it again.
Nope.
If only there'd been a 20-minute comic segment.
So 31, 36? Can I go
No,
there now?
no, because I'm at 30 minutes. Anthony Head.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
He's a quality actor. Nathan and the Repo Man are clearly sort of two sides of one coin. They're separate entities. Everything about him changes when he's in Repo mode. He sort of stoops, takes larger steps. His voice changes.
His hair gets slicked back.
Yep. But it's still stupid.
It's not. I liked him in Repo form because
Really?
when he transformed into Repo Man,
I thought it was a bit stupid.
he looked like Anthony Hopkins' Hannibal.
He does.
And I want Hannibal the Opera now. I mean, technically, we had a part of that in Hannibal,
Yeah.
which I liked. I thought that was an okay film.
I like Giles when he's calm and collected and scary, because that's when he's at his most threatening.
Yeah, I thought he was a very good villain. I'd like to see him more of that sort of calm and collected villain, so not Demon Headmaster dude.
I tell you what I do like, what I did find funny was when he used the dead man as a ventriloquist.
This is my
doll.
31.
And then he has a
that's
puzzled look on his
no, 'cause
face.
that made me laugh. It's
That's
just,
stupid in a good way.
That was quite good, yeah.
It's a thankless job. But somebody's got to do it. Got to do it? Like a mop. Like a mop. And a broom. In the broom. No one wants a thankless job.
yeah, that's a note. Literally, I have a 31, 36. Like, okay, using a man as a puppet is pretty funny.
He cuts open a man's abdomen, rams his hand up inside, and he's all like,
Then he harmonises with himself.
He has to do it with the puppet by
And then
himself.
because he's ventriloquizing
Ventriloquizing, yes.
ventriloquizing with it.
futures made of.
A true ventriloquist.
Yeah, and so then he does a harmony and then just looks at it and goes, the fuck did I just do? And then it stays on that for about 3 seconds.
It's stupid in the right way. If the
It
rest of
is.
this movie was that sort of stupid,
That's the point I
would
give
have
to this movie
adored it.
is that because that was good.
Something I hate about all futuristic films: giant floating TV screens that don't shut up. They have no practical purpose.
Floop is a madman. Help us, save us.
Yeah, they have no purpose, and they're just there to get in the way. Or, well, they're mainly there to provide us with background of what's going on.
Yeah,
which is
they're
even worse.
I got this.
exposition screens.
Yeah.
I got this as we hit that point, and as we cut a little bit further along. When Shelob's out, no, not Shelob. Yeah, Shelob. Yeah, Shelob's out in the world.
Mm.
And I just thought to myself, because made a point like it's effectively that whole zeitgeist stuff.
Zydrate.
It's gene splicing from Bioshock. It's
Okay.
effectively what it is. Like anyone who's addicted to that is effectively a splicer. It's just a really shit Bioshock.
Is it?
Yeah, effectively.
Doesn't that shit give you powers in Bioshock?
Yeah, but you go pretty mental because you get addicted to it.
When here you just sort of...
And everyone's addicted to surgery, and there's another drug.
It's morphine, essentially, is what it is.
Yeah, but here everyone starts singing uncontrollably.
Ah, that's
It's
their power.
yeah, like Bioshock. I don't know if you guys played it, but there's a lot of musical numbers in that game.
Yeah, no, I've not played it, so I agree. I trust you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, you
I
have a
play-
sing off with the final boss.
Would you kindly smash me in the face?
Yeah, you do it to like DDR.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
that. It's pretty. It's it's out there. But
I found that really weird because like the whole game you're playing with a controller, and then in the final scene the game pauses and says, "Get out your dance mat."
And then someone's face comes out the CD slot and you have to stick it on your own
Yeah.
face. Yeah.
Weird that, wasn't it? 41 minutes we
yeah,
get the
like I said,
song
out there. Game of the year though.
Yeah. 41 minutes we get the song Zydrate Anatomy.
Oh,
which
sorry,
is
hold
the,
on,
is
hold
the
on.
song that you think is the best.
I had 37:39. We get REPO Batman, where he's literally strings a guy
Yes.
up upside down and rips a spine out.
Yeah.
And that I did.
Is a spine an organ?
No, spine's not an organ.
What's he repoing that for?
I don't know,
He's not doing it just for shits and giggles because he's got a fucking barcode on.
Maybe he was just bored one day. But yeah, he has a little chat about like, oh no, it's just a patient. Is he gonna make it? Nah, crack. Like I did smile at that a little bit. 39:15. Here's my next bit. It's when I start talking about like how the lyrics are completely shit. Obviously, Shia
LaBeouf.
She's at
Shiloh,
this
that movie about the dog with Malcolm in the Middle.
That one.
That one.
Charlotte, that movie about the Merchant of Venice.
that one. She's at the circus.
Shylock from Get Shorty.
Yep. At the carnival circus, I'm not sure. She's getting introduced to the opera singer who has
Blind
the
Mag.
camera.
Yes.
in her eyes.
Blind Mag.
Yes. And she's sitting in the tent and she sees Grave Robber
Yes.
because he cuts a hole in it because he just knows she's there or whatever.
Yes.
No,
Anyway.
he looks at her and goes, oh, the fuck are you doing here? So he just cuts a hole in the tent for no reason.
Yes. So we get first line, you're real? Duh. Then, don't bother me. Then,
Oh, hi, Mark.
you'll get me caught. And then, I must get home. It's like, okay, stop movie. Fucking go back to the script. Fucking work on your lyrics. These are fucking woeful. These are poor. You don't just say what's on your mind if you're going to sing. If you sing, you at least try to rhyme it with couplets.
There
or
was no
other
rhyming,
stuff.
yeah.
There's no rhyming.
Because again, I have to point out that I think the no rhyming thing and the lack of couplets and whatnot and iambic pentameters and what have you is because it's an opera. It's
Which would be fine if they were operatic singing. If they were actually doing opera singing instead of going, don't bother me.
yeah.
No, fuck off. Go back and either rhyme this properly or actually do it like an opera. Because right now you're failing at both. And this movie just was boring the shit out of me by this point.
But then we get Zydrate Anatomy at 41
Then we
minutes,
get
which is the
Zydrate
song that you
Anatomy,
like.
which is the best song.
Should we do it?
Surgery.
Zydrate comes in a little glass vial.
A little glass vial.
A little glass vial, and the little glass vial goes into the gun like a battery.
Zydrate comes in a little glass vial,
A little glass vial?
and the little glass vial goes into the gun like a battery. And the Zydrate gun goes somewhere against your anatomy. And when the gun goes off, it sparks and you're ready for surgery. Surgery.
Like Barry.
Battery is a very hard word to say with American accent.
Battery. Assault and battery. I'm Liam Neeson.
Da-na-da. I love it when a plan comes together.
Right, there's a poster there.
Now we're going to talk about Zydrate Anatomy for a bit.
in that Zydrate area, because we
Zydrate area.
no, but we go there because Paris Hilton goes there.
That's my favourite Sonic stage.
Zydrate zone. And there's a poster about Paris Hilton, you need to go to rehab or whatever, which is works in more ways than one.
The movie's multifaceted like that.
There's a poster that says Zydrate Support Network today and every day. And like your dawn discussion, today and every day is redundant. Just every day.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, because it's to help people who have an addiction, but they will just come out really stoned.
Because why even have today on the poster?
Because we have to keep changing the poster every day, keep it running.
Tomorrow's future, today, tomorrow.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stupid background details in this movie.
But yeah, so my notes were that's the best song in the movie, and Paris Hilton, please stop.
Yes, Paris. So we get the whole song that we just did for you, dear listeners, and then Paris Hilton comes in the middle of the song,
And shrieks.
and her first singing lines are "Grave robber, grave robber."
It really is.
Sometimes I wonder why I even bother.
Grave robber, grave robber. Sometimes I wonder why I even bother.
She's not a good singer, is she? She's
don't-
not strong.
I don't know if she's worse in this or in House of Wax.
Oh,
Because at least in House of Wax, her character dies.
yes. You know what?
Character's face falls off here.
You know what? I'm going to give Paris Hilton some credit. She is not completely 100% awful in this movie. She has
Better than Luigi.
yes.
Yes.
She's like you hear that Paris Hilton's in this movie, and your immediate thought is, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" But she holds it together for the most part.
I think it's mostly because she barely does anything,
Yes.
which was the best use.
Yes.
Because I was scared when the brothers were singing their fucking god-awful song in that piss room that she would join in. I thought, please don't. This is already like an 8 on the scale of badness. Don't push this further.
Yeah. This is the point in the movie though where the songs changed for me. I changed my opinion on the music of the movie because up until now I've sort of hated every number that we've had. But from this point on, I think the songs are a lot stronger, a lot better.
From this point on,
it's because they seem more like songs, and it becomes more of a musical. Like you said, it's a medley, and it's less
think
operatic from here on
clearly,
out.
at this point, when did Moulin Rouge come out? Do you know?
2001.
2001. So by this point in the movie, he'd gone and watched Moulin Rouge, and went, "Oh shit, I should just be doing that." Only for goths. Shit, guys, I got to rewrite the entire second half.
You know what?
Because you think
But they
when you
didn't
look
sing
at
and
it,
talk in Moulin Rouge.
well, I don't know. Ewan goes, "No!" The screech that he does near the beginning.
Yes.
At
the
Nicole
only
Kidman.
thing is to be loved and love in return, or whatever that was.
Yeah, and they butcher Roxanne, but we're not.
No,
here
they
to,
do not. That's
We're
a
not-
really good cover of Roxanne.
Go on.
We're not
Go
here-
on.
I'm not here
because I
to
know how
ba-
much Ashley likes this one.
I'm not here to bag on Moulin Rouge.
Roxanne.
Oh, I love it.
No,
Yeah.
no, let's not go there. I'm not going to spike the mics.
Go on, let's shit can off Repo, and we'll do this for the next 45 minutes.
No. Anyway, so he very clearly, or someone very clearly, watched Moulin Rouge because he said the songs improve, the shots improve.
Yes.
Actually, in terms of the
The
framing,
entire movie becomes more musical, more colourful, more theatrical.
more what it should have been from the start.
It's the crescendo they were building up to. It's like, oh, there's the one night a year, and some woman's doing her last thing. You know, this whole thing happens
Camera
in
eye
one
lady.
night. This whole thing happens in one day.
Yeah,
From beginning,
you'd
by the
never
way,
fucking know.
Not at all.
No.
Because the entire movie is blue.
And
There's no day and night cycles.
Can I
You
point
couldn't
out,
fucking tell.
the father is awful at keeping her locked up. She breaks out 6 times.
yeah,
In one night.
in
she's
one
always
night.
in bed, so no realization of what time of day it is because she's always in bed.
No.
You know what? I think I think I don't like rock operas.
What are they, Dan?
Rock opera.
I'm thinking about it now, and the ones that come to mind are like Jesus Christ Superstar and Tommy and The Wall, and I can think of like 1, 2, maybe 3 good songs on each of those, and the rest of it is just sort of shit filler.
What was Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark like?
It wasn't a rock opera.
You sure?
But awful is the answer.
Because I own the Spider-Man soundtrack, and that has Nickelback on it, and that's clearly rock opera.
Yeah.
Is it? It's a pop song. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's basically him saying about... It's him singing about how he's going to hold onto a wing of an eagle or something.
He is so high he can see heaven. Actual lyric.
Yeah. I'm so high.
Yes, thank you.
I can hear heaven.
See, you had that album.
I had that single, that song. Yeah.
I had the album, had the Strokes on it. Anyway, I'm getting off track.
Yeah. 44 minutes and 40 seconds, we get to that Jinko garbage truck full of corpses.
Right.
Which is a detail that I like, because the movie doesn't focus on the fact that there are corpses in the garbage truck. You just have to spot it. That is a nice background detail. I like that. There's a world full of organ failures, epidemic, everybody's dead. Somebody's got to clean them up.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Good movie. Well done.
That's fine. Yeah, I can give it that.
I'm at 50 minutes, if anyone has anything else before then.
So something that would have been mentioned by this point is what's her name's last performance.
Yes. Oh, and she goes
Blind
to see
Mag, the opera
Mag,
singer.
She goes to see
Sarah
Shaka Khan at
Brightman.
her home.
Yeah, but no, we're told that her eyes are property
Shaka
of
Khan?
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan?
Shaka Khan. Everybody, Shaka Khan.
Shaka Ron, Shaka Ron.
I said Shaka Khan.
Shaka dooby doo ron, Shaka Ron, Shaka Ron.
Get out. Get out of my house. Macaron,
Yeah, Shaka Ron.
Make your point.
Blind Margaret. We're told that
Big Sam.
we're told that her debt is that her eyes belong to Gene Corp.
Yes.
So when she leaves, they're going to take her eyes and she'll die. That's not how eyes work.
It is when your repo man just slashes at whatever the fuck he wants until they fall out.
I see. I got an eye. I got a uvula. I got a tongue. That's close enough, right? No, but she goes to meet Starscream at her house, and she's like, "I'm your godmother,"
I'm your godmom.
and they have a terrible back and forth.
No, you see, you're ahead.
Oh, I'm ahead.
You're ahead.
What-
You're an
what
Anthony
missing?
Head.
50 minutes. It's a note about Anthony Head. 50 minutes. I like the Zydrate Anatomy song, and I kind of like the song Night Surgeon as well. It's Anthony Head's big night surgeon song, and after the movie, I went back and watched Once More with Feeling from Buffy because
That's
I wanted
good.
more Anthony Head singing.
Yeah. Okay, I can feel you there.
Yeah. Carry on. You had a point about Blind Mag's eyes.
Oh no, just they meet here and we get her holographic projection eyes. That I don't know what is she meant to be showing her mother,
Yes, that's
or just off her sick operatic skills.
No,
Look at how good I am.
It's Shiloh's mum, Marnie. She also says these eyes can do more than sing. Eyes don't sing.
They do if you're a repo of genetic opera. Oh, and we get her comic book backstory as well.
Yeah, we do.
Before
Of course, we fucking do. We get everybody's comic book backstory.
I'm surprised we didn't get one for the for one of the newscasters who popped up twice. I think.
Oh, the one who got her tits out.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Surprised. I'm surprised we didn't get one for her.
Chase the Morning is the song that follows. I kind of like that song as well.
Don't remember it.
Yeah, but then what song's coming up, Lewis?
After Chase the Morning, we 57 minutes in. We were on a roll.
Oh,
We had 3 good songs, and then this song, 17.
this.
There it is, man. There's an awful song.
There's the kick in the dick.
It's her first ever tantrum, her first teenage mood swing, and she's fucking 17.
17, mama drama's got to go down. 17, nothing's gonna bring her back. 17, experiment with something living. 17,
I felt embarrassed for Alexa Vega.
Yeah.
17. 17. Daddy's little girl's a fucking bitch.
Yeah. And who was
And
that
then-
woman on guitar?
That was Anthony Head.
Ah,
When they ruined his career.
like her room turns into like a mosh pit.
Yeah. Was
Yeah,
that meant to be
there's
like
a
a
bouncer.
representation of her mum or something?
Right,
No,
so
it was right. Tidbit time. This 17 is the only song in the movie where they recorded the band live. So the whole band played together as opposed to individually. And Clown from Slipknot is the guy on the drums for this song and a few other songs on the soundtrack.
Really?
Tidbit time.
But-
I know that doesn't explain who
No.
the lady is. She's
Wait,
probably just an
no,
actor.
Because there's two things. One, Clown plays bins with a baseball bat in Slipknot.
Uh-huh.
Not really a drummer, if you ask me. Not when their actual drummer is in. Whatever, that's side. Two. So that whole thing turns into a stage, a gig, right?
Yes.
And Anthony Head degrades himself to put on Kiss makeup and play a guitar and lower his career a little bit.
Does he do that?
Yes.
Anthony
What?
Head dresses up as a Kiss man and
don't-
plays.
what?
I don't
Yeah.
think he does.
No, he does. Because she turns to her dad and he's playing guitar.
I don't think that's true.
I'm pretty sure that was Anthony Head.
No, because the
I
best
don't
bit
think
of that
that
song
is.
is when we just see normal Anthony Head punch her.
Which, I mean, hitting a child in the face is never
Not
right.
a child,
Alright.
she's 17.
It's an awful scene and an awful song. It's by far the worst
It's an
song on the
awful scene,
soundtrack.
an awful song in
An
an awful
song?
film.
Your anatomy.
So, I'm at an hour and 1 minute. If anyone has anything to add before then,
My last note is the fuck this teenage drama shit. The fuck.
yeah, it's a bad scene. I'm glad Anthony Head punched him in the face.
So that happens. She runs off to meet up with Pagliardi.
Yes, with Rotti. Yes.
Yes.
So we're back to when he's confessed to her for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're heading to the opera, right?
Mm.
Everyone's going to the opera now. That's where we're at.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
No?
don't think so.
I mean, yes, it is, but
Well, they're all heading to an opera, yeah, but
yeah, but
Because the last half hour is the opera.
yeah.
no, I'll save my bit. Carry on.
Anyway, 1 hour and 1. Amber Sweet has gone away and she's had botched surgery.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
She's angry about the surgery. She's hiding her face. Rotti is scolding her. He's like, "Your genes are not worthy of mine." And he spins her around for the reveal of his botched surgery. And her hair's in her face. She can't see a fucking thing.
But you know what?
They should have done another take.
At that point in the film, she looks the most like Paris Hilton as she had throughout the rest of the film.
Yeah.
It would have been like if they just like pointed the spotlight a little bit more up to actually light the scene properly, you may have not had so much of an issue.
Yeah. An hour and 3. Giles goes full Gollum. Rotti calls as Shiloh is sleeping, and he's like, "So he thinks he can take Shiloh." Nothing, Shiloh, nothing. And as I'm writing this, he calls her Precious, and I went, "Nah," on the tube. So Shiloh's sleeping, Rotti calls, he's like, Rotti's talking away, so he thinks he can take Shiloh. Shiloh wakes up, "Dad, nothing, Shiloh, nothing." I'm writing this note. And he calls her, I hear her call him Precious, "Nah," on the tube. And everyone looks at me and I'm like,
Half man, half goat, Lewis.
Just go, sorry, it's Repo's Genetic Opera. It's a terrible film.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And they go, never heard of it. And then you
they
put your
would.
thumbs up.
Of course they'd say that. Of course no one's heard of it.
so don't you worry, you drink away the fact that I told you.
Tidbit time. Dan,
Yo.
your Lord and Saviour Jim Sterling, of Jimquisition fame,
Yeah, go on.
loves this movie.
He's wrong.
Absolutely adores this movie. You can find his old review on YouTube. Tidbit time.
Well, I must say, he's wrong. Oh, mate, you just labelled me an SJW now.
Sci-fi.
Is it for femoid?
At least
Femoid?
for femoids.
I'm
Weren't
not
they
sure
in
what
Austin Powers too?
I'm not sure what a femoid is, but I think it's what incels call bad people.
What's an incel now? No, don't get into this.
What's a femoid? What's an incel? What's an edgelord?
You got to look these things up, guys.
Urban Dictionary scares me.
Look, when the mummy and daddy love each other very much.
So 1 hour and 9, we're at the genetic opera.
Okay, and it's church
It's church.
because everyone starts preaching.
Ah, okay, yes.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
preach.
Testify. That's what they say.
Bunch of sexy nurses dancing on the stage at the opera.
Oh yeah, those sexy nurses are going on throughout, aren't they?
Yeah, all the nurses are sexy stripper nurses, and I can't help
With,
but
And every
that,
now and
with
then-
that Kylie Minogue red visage thing
Yes.
across
Yeah.
the face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every now and then, one of them just gets murdered, and they all carry on.
yes. But they're professional nurses because they know
Keep
what to do with the
dancing,
organs. and
nobody
stuff.
gets
Oh no, what
stabbed.
are they called?
They're not just there for set decoration and eye candy. They're actual nurses. That's how nurses dress in this world.
They're called gene
Look, keep dancing and nobody gets stabbed.
I don't
alright?
know.
gene nurses or something.
I
like
don't know.
Nurses.
I tell you what, though.
Nurses by Calvin Klein.
Tell you what, though, they'd be struck off by the NMC for their behaviour and dress code.
The new metal caterpillar.
No. Although, actually, that being said, Jinko's private medical, isn't it? So, if that's how nurses dress
This is how
in
Boopers
private
go.
medical, I'm going booper. The NHS can go suck it now.
I didn't realise they offered that service anymore.
What do you mean anymore?
Oh, I said too much.
When it was first set up in the 40s after World War II, we were all very depressed.
Blowjobs galore. Far as the eye can see. For ladies too.
That's what it originally stood for, NHS. Insert acronym joke here. I don't have one.
Nurses use sexiness,
Sure?
New head service.
Sure. Either of those will do.
even though I used a U and not an H.
I'm at 1 hour and 15. I'm at Blind Mag's opera bit.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
where she's singing away and she gets hoisted up into the air.
Yes, it's called Chromagia. And I really like this entire scene. I thought it was very effective.
It was okay, yeah.
Blind Mag, she knows she's going to have her eyes repossessed. She does her entire operatic number. It's quite sad. It's quite somber. And then she blinds herself while smiling. I liked it. It was very operatic.
Oh, just before that though, we get to see Paris Hilton sing. And then she gets jam on her face. Oh no, poor jam face.
She does have
Pulls
jam
off
on her
and
face.
there
Oh,
is
it's so
jam.
sad. Quick, run away. Clean yourself up, baby.
Paris Hilton's face falls off because
that's
of her
why-
botched surgery to reveal that she's made of jam.
That's why you don't kill all your surgeons, because then you have the bit part guys doing your daughter's face.
I couldn't get over it. It just cracked me up. I still, oh man, these blood effects are just awful.
Although
Oh
that-
yeah, no, all the blood effects are really bad. Like when Blind Mag pokes her own eyes out, it's the awful CGI blood from I think it's Action Pack 1.2. You can buy it online.
Like those are like 6-inch nails that she jams in there and doesn't scramble her brain when she pulls her eyeballs.
Surely 9-inch nails would be more appropriate for this kind of music.
don't get it.
That's all, folks.
Anyway, I just thought the entire scene was very effective. It was like an opera, a mini opera in that one scene. Loved it.
And then he drops her
Sarah Brightman,
on-
she is
on the stage set,
yes,
which kills her.
Yeah,
she
she's
wasn't
dropped-
just made of cardboard.
dropped on
Corrugated iron
spikes.
stage set.
Yeah, she's got here's some steel gating we have left over.
Now,
Just drop her on it.
if I'm right in thinking, if I remember this correctly, I think her name is Sarah Brightman. She's a professional opera singer. She's gorgeous. I really like her. She was 49 when she made this film.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, she looks like 22.
Yeah, she doesn't look that age at all.
Well,
She looks
yeah,
fantastic.
she said she was the same age as Shelob's mother, so 17 at
Yeah.
that time. So yeah, would have been 32.
Fountain of Youth, lovely.
Yeah.
So, can I point out this operatic scene here? We see an actual proper opera singer singing an opera bit in a rock opera.
Yes.
This is what I wanted from that scene in Greatest Showman. An actual,
scene?
the opera
The
singer
one with the Swedish
actually
Lind.
singing
Yeah.
opera.
Okay. Never be enough
I know you're missing the hand gestures. We have to do this,
for me. I'm doing them.
like you're
I'm
needing,
definitely doing them. The
like you're
audience
needing
can
a
tell.
massive ball of dough. That's what you got to do.
Make a bigger pizza.
It's racist.
I've got a note here at the end of the opera. If anyone has anything else they want to say about the opera, now would be the time.
She was doing a sing.
A lady gets her boobs out
In the preaching, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's
that
like,
point,
Jinko gave me amazing tits.
I don't think that's what she was saying. She said she needed a new liver,
Yeah.
and now she can show her tits.
Something like that.
That was right her exact wording.
That's
that
the
was her
logic.
reasoning.
At that point, but the thing is, by that point, I was like, I don't fucking care what happens. You just fucking end now. I don't care what you show me.
Jaw hit the floor at
Finish.
that point.
I do like a musical that ends on a downer. Like Rocky Horror, the proper ending of Little Shop, The Muppets 2011 all end on a downer note. Like, and this movie ends on a proper downer. Like Shiloh, Rotty's like, kill your dad, and she's like, no, and then Rotty dies, and her dad dies anyway. It's a very downer ending. But I
killed
don't
your mother,
think...
now kill your dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
I don't think the movie has earned it though, because unlike The Muppets 2011's downer ending, Little Shop of Horrors, Rocky Horror, those movies are all generally quite upbeat and perky, and this isn't. Like it's not bad. I don't hate the ending. I just don't. I mean, it's an opera after all. It has to end on a downer. It has to be tragic. I just don't think it's.
See, I don't call this. I don't call this much of a downer because the kind of resolution isn't earned, as kind of what you're saying. So, but this is like, oh, I've always loved you, and I've always loved you, and it's great. But 5 minutes ago, you were almost considering killing him for having killed your mum.
Yeah.
But now suddenly, because he's dying,
5 minutes before that, she finds out he's the repo man.
and that, yeah,
And it's like, I'm so upset, I hit you with a shovel.
Yeah.
yeah. So just because he happens to be dying now, she just goes, "Oh, I've always loved you."
By the way, where did he get cut to suddenly be dying from bleeding out?
Happened when the lights went off. Who knows?
No,
no,
I know
Pavi.
Luigi hit him, stabbed him, but I
yeah,
assume
back
he
of
just
the legs.
cracked him across one of the back of the legs to slow him down. I didn't think
No,
he actually.
sliced.
Well, I was thinking, I didn't think he actually severed his legs off
Didn't cut him off but
because
all
he
that
couldn't-
jam,
He couldn't fucking walk.
all that
the jam that came
yeah.
out of him, and that PVA glue with paint mix that came out of him, and he couldn't walk. I was like, did he like cut a leg off?
But then
or
Rotty
something?
did shoot him at the end.
Yeah, well, yeah, in the spirit, because there was like maybe like I don't know, 2 inches worth of red sauce on him.
But also, there wasn't a complete downer because after this, she goes to a limo, and then we get the pre-credit roundup.
Oh yes.
Pre-credit roundup.
The movie-
Come on, it's time to play.
Yeah, it's an hour and 30. It's the end of the movie, and Grave Robber addresses the audience directly, breaks the fourth wall, and it seems like the movie is confused as to whether Grave Robber is our exposition narrator man
He's our genie
or the
and
comic
lamp seller.
books. Who gets to break the fourth wall here is the question.
My assumption was for this character at the start was, oh, he's going to show her freedom, and she's going to want that freedom.
Yeah.
She's not going to want to be with Pavarotti. She's not going to be with Mr. Anthony Hedman.
Yeah.
And like they both die, it's like, oh, I can finally be free. No, he just sits there and like, hi, I'm back in the movie.
Yeah.
Need an ending.
The final
Here's
line
an
of the
ending.
movie is, well, the final
Surgery.
lyric of the movie
Surgery.
is, Jinko may survive if it undergoes surgery. Surgery. And then we got a final title card, and it says, and so Jinko's story continues.
And you get post credits.
Except it doesn't, and you guys can find out why after the break. But
Oh, no,
guys,
wait.
first,
You're missing scenes.
final thoughts. Come on then, what scenes?
You're missing scenes where the siblings come out and go, oh yeah, Jinko will carry on, but under me.
yeah.
And Luigi's like, clap you fuckers, I can't act.
Yeah, but also they've spent the whole film, Luigi and Pavi.
Again, setting up the prequel sequel that Jinko will survive and carry on.
But they spent the whole film going, no, it's going to be me, and then they suddenly decide, oh no, we'll give it to Miss No Face.
Yeah.
But then we have this shitty bit of they put her face on sale, and
And her brother bought it.
yeah, Luigi killed the top 3 bidders, and then Pavi bought it and is now wearing it.
Yeah.
The
It's
fuck?
stupid.
It's real stupid.
It's a mid-credits roll. It's stupid.
Where
I
are
don't
they
think...
now? Let's tell you a story.
But anyway, guys, final thoughts on the
My
movie.
final thought, what a boring fucking film. Genuinely bored by this film.
Okay.
it's not stupid. It doesn't go far enough round to hit 10 again. Like, it's not stupid enough to go far round. It's not good enough to be like, oh, this is a campy, fun romp. It's boring. It's just fucking boring. Like, any of the good bits get washed away and diluted in literally just a myriad of poor shots, bad editing, bad songs, bad acting, and just terrible direction.
Yeah.
This whole movie's a wash. For one song, it's not worth it. Just go look up the Surgery song, and then call it a day.
Okay, Ash.
There's not a lot more I can add to that. It's just I have no desire to see it in full again, but I may just pull a few clips out every now and then.
Yeah, fair enough. I think, I mean, to echo you, it's an ugly looking movie. The songs for the first half are bad. I think it improves a lot in the second half. I think there was a lot more work to be done here. I don't despise the movie. I can see why some people adore it, but we will get in there after the break.
You know what though?
We'll dive deep.
When you first played us a little snippet of this, I was actually thinking, oh, this might be quite fun.
Yeah, because it was that one good song.
Yeah, and then I was thoroughly disappointed.
Yeah, but that one good song is a bit of an earworm. Does stick with you.
It does, like Surgery.
Anyway, guys, we'll be back after the break.
I know you want to go to the break.
I want to go to the fucking break.
I just want to.
I need a wee.
I just want to interrupt you for a bit. How's your day been, guys?
Who's our pod wife this week?
Thanks, Dan. Our pod wife. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna build up, okay? Because I'm gonna get listeners back after the break because they might turn off. They might go and make a kettle and change the channel.
Mama, I've made a whole kettle.
Yeah.
Aren't you proud of me, Mama? No, son.
Don't hit me, mother.
Who knows? Who knows what they're
meant
gonna
to make
do?
shoes.
I don't know what the listeners do in their spare time. For all I know, they're turning off after this bit. They don't want to hear about why the sequel got cancelled and why the movie failed, and they don't want to hear our sequel pitches all coming up after the break, after we listen to our podwife of the month. If you're a fan of crime and death,
took you long enough.
Shut the fuck up and just let me do the podwife bit, all right? Okay, because this is written down for me. Okay, okay. If you're a fan of crime and death, then you might like the Witch Murderer podcast. Check them out. Break time now. I need a wee.
Hi, I'm Holly.
And I'm Gemma. And together we are the co-hosts of the podcast Witch Murderer. Each week we discuss 2 murders and we try and focus more on the victim's perspective.
And then we have ourselves a little debate at the end about which murderer we would want to kill us if we had to choose. It's a game of which would you rather.
Exactly. And if you fancy playing that along with us, you can find us on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes. You can also listen to us on Audio Boom and our website, witchmurderer.com.
And you can always get in contact with us at Twitter and Instagram at witchmurderer, and also witchmurderer@gmail.com.
So hopefully you'll be listening to us soon.
Bye.
Goodbye.
That was Witch Murderer podcast. Ashley can attest they're very, very good.
I watched their 2-parter on Matricides. I listened to. And I looked through the window.
Yes.
I just stared at my iPhone while the timer went down.
Why the fuck am I staring at an iPhone? Why would I have an iPhone?
Oh, fuck off. So, sponsors. Who's got a sponsor? I do. Go on then, Ashley. Your sponsor might be better than mine.
It probably ain't, but I'll do it.
Go on.
All right. Today we're sponsored by Poons, the disposable spoon. It's so disposable they got rid of the S. Are you a dickhead that is one of those guys that is every time you try and wash up a spoon at a sink and all the water goes everywhere?
I am. So I bought a dishwasher.
I know you are, because I'm just imagining you in black and white trying to wash up a spoon and fumbling and water going everywhere. Oh, fucking hell. So this is a spoon you don't have to wash.
Making this noise.
You don't have to wash. Get a poon. You just throw it away.
Please stop saying poon.
No, poon. We're sponsored by them. We have to say poon many times. We're contractually obliged to say poon. Say it with me, Dan. Poon.
Can't take it.
It was better than mine.
Good. I just came up with that.
My
Do
one
I
was...
have to censor that?
No.
Poon?
To censor
No,
Poon?
it's fine.
It's not Punani.
No, I have to censor that.
My one was vape pens. If you ever
They
wanted to
exist.
suck off a Dalek, vape pens are for you. Short film. We're going to talk about the short film.
Go for it.
We're here in this part. We're going to dive deep. So the short film, which I mentioned up top, that was used to sell the feature, Repo Man, was played by Michael Rooker. Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been a good choice.
I have no idea what his singing voice is like.
Like, nothing against Michael Rooker, I just don't think he would have fit the role.
Like, when I think of Michael Rooker and the way he talks, I can't imagine him being a good singer.
I can imagine him stabbing me if I told him he was a bad singer.
Of course you can. He probably plays the Repo part really well, but the Nathan part, I don't know.
For some reason, I can imagine him being a country and western singer. I don't know why.
Unfortunately, the short film, as I said, will never see the light of day. Publicly, anyway. There's audio of it online.
What about the blue tinted light of day?
No, not that either. There's audio of it online. The comic book opening that I found, that's pretty much it. And that's because the stars of the short film, they were all paid under a SAG contract that states that they were paid only for appearing in the movie, and it wouldn't be released publicly. In order to release it publicly, the creators would have to compensate Michael Rooker and Shawnee Smith and the rest of the cast a proper fee plus their union fees. And because Repo, the genetic opera, only made $188,000 worldwide,
Woo!
they haven't got the money to do that.
Wow.
That's a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, $188,000 worldwide is by far the lowest grossing movie we've done on this show. It made less than The Punisher 89, which I think was 500,000 worldwide.
I think so, yes.
Do you have stats on what countries it was released in?
Some of them.
Good. Okay. Well,
It didn't come out in China, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah.
So for all of you who wanted a singing, dancing, gut-ripping Merle, that's tough. You're not going to see it, though. I have found a single still image of Michael Rooker as the Repo Man, and I'll put that up on Twitter for everyone to see at Full Starts Pod. Tidbit time. I got one more tidbit about the short film.
Go on then.
It's that Amber Sweet in the short film is called Heather Sweet. They had to change it because Dieter Von Teese may or may not have threatened to sue them, as Heather Sweet was her original stage name.
I
Tidbit time.
didn't think Dieter Von Teese's name would pop up in a podcast about movies, but there we go.
There you go. Well, I mean, she was married to Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson, this is his sort of shtick.
I mean, I would argue Marilyn Manson nails the aesthetic 100 times more than this film ever could, but, you know, I wouldn't lump him in with this film.
That's the short film. I thought you guys might like to know about the short film before we go any further and talk about the changes from the short film and the stage play to this movie.
That's a gothic song.
Well, that was the Kelly Osbourne part.
Yep.
Originally, the movie was 25 minutes longer.
I'm back. Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep it all on track.
25 minutes longer.
25 minutes longer, which would have made it the same length as the play it's based on. Terence Zadunik, the grave robber, told Watch Mojo in 2008 that movie versus stage play, the original script, 50% of it has completely changed from what it was.
That's more than half.
Well, no, that's exactly half.
Yeah, zunk.
Yes, it did go zonk. I don't get the reference these you guys make. I don't watch all the shit you do.
We're hip hop and happening, yo.
That wasn't a reference, that was just a stupid joke.
Oh, okay. Was stupid. I'd love to tell you what the difference is, but you can't find the book of the stage play online for love nor money.
Well, you've never tried doing Love Money.
There's
Good Hitman game.
There is an awful, awful trailer for the stage show. Like, really awful. I might put that on Twitter as well, just to show you how god fucking awful it is. And I found a 6-minute making of the movie, which has about 45 seconds worth of play footage, which looks that makes it look kind of cool. Like, but I'll put it all on Twitter. I'll show you guys afterwards. But that's it. Those are all the changes that I could find. There was an Amber Sweet and Grave Robber song that was cut from the movie. It's on the soundtrack and in the deleted scenes. It's called New Parts. And in the stage show, sounds like a jazzy little number. It sounds almost like Cabaret, where in the movie, it's horrible, grungy, new metal like the rest of the songs.
Oh, not new metal, because otherwise we would have had Limp Bizkit go, "Yo, hot dog flavored water."
And we're not talking for free. I know a place upstairs where you can sample my wares.
Might have been better. Some of the
More
footage
watchable.
from that song is in the Zydrate Anatomy part of the film. It's where Paris Hilton's rolling around in the rain on the floor, all half naked.
Filthy fecker.
Yeah, that was taken from this scene. There's another scene right before the opera. It's a little ditty as the sexy nurses are walking through the audience. They're just handing out free organs. Not chilled or wrapped, just raw meat plonked into the audience's hand, and the audiences fucking love it.
Yeah, it's better than Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah. Okay.
What am I supposed to do with it once I've got it?
Eat it.
No, you've got to sit
Gain
through
its
the opera.
power.
Like,
You've got to sit through the
there
opera
for
with
2
this
hours.
fucking pancreas in your hand.
2.5 hours, it's slowly drying and shriveling up.
Yeah.
Like, nah, thanks, I'm all right.
Okay, so I mean, this is the biggest change, stage play to movie. So in the stage play, Marnie, Giles's wife, her body's been preserved behind the portrait in Giles's home.
Like Mr. Freeze.
Yes, exactly like Mr. Freeze. That's why in the movie there's it focuses on Marnie's portrait a lot.
Right, okay.
It's because behind there is her body. And her eyes were used to make blind Mag's eyes. And that is the reason that Giles doesn't want to repossess them. Because they're his wife's eyes.
Okay.
And blind Mag is his wife's best friend. Anyway, the body of Marnie is stolen by Rottie. And he leads Shiloh to believe that Zydrate is her cure. He says, "I've got your cure." And leads her to believe that it's Zydrate. So Amber kidnapped the grave robber, and ties him up by Shiloh's mum's corpse. A grave robber in a song teaches Shiloh how to extract the Zydrate, her cure, and gasp, "It's her mummy's body!" And that's why in the movie, if you look close enough, during some of the scenes at the opera, in the climax, you can see Marnie's corpse on stage.
Christ,
never
man.
addressed. It was because it was all shot. This subplot was all entirely shot, and they deleted it. Just a whole chunk of character arc and motivation gone from the movie. Yeah.
Doesn't really add anything. So the
You
only...
don't think it adds anything? Like, why? The whole reason he doesn't want to repossess her eyes is because they're his wife's.
That's the one thing.
That's a shitload of character.
No, but the assumption we're forced to
depth
make
there.
is she's Marnie's best friend, therefore hurting her would be hurting Marnie. That's what I took out of it.
No, we just took. All I took from it was I can't repossess her now in front of my daughter. That's as much as I took away. It was like, I'm not going to do my job at home. I'm at home. I'm off the clock.
Anyway, those were the changes. That was the short film. I thought I wanted to give you guys a bit of detail, something more than we usually do. Anyway, it's safe to say that the critics they weren't fans of the movie.
Shocker.
I know, right?
Apparently no one was.
To be fair, not that many critics, many professional critics had the good grace to actually review it. LA Times called it nearly unwatchable. New York Times called it excruciating. Rolling Stone gave it 0.5 points. The movie sits at 32% on Metacritics and about 36% on Rotten Tomatoes, I think. But guys, on Amazon, out of 992 customer reviews,
I was heading there. I was just heading there. I'm glad you got some.
this movie has a 4.4 out of 5 star rating.
What?
72% of the reviews are 5 stars. And of the 1-star reviews, most of those 1-star reviews are just because people bought the wrong region DVD and couldn't get it to play. Now, I won't read any here because none are particularly standout, but basically it all boils down to that if this sounds like your sort of thing, then it's probably your sort of thing.
Yeah.
You'll probably love it. And that's okay.
Yeah.
If this is your bag, it's your bag.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Fine. That's fine.
Because
I guess,
goths generally love this movie. But guys, shall we have a little quiz?
Oh, yeah, go on then. I asked
During
for
my
a quiz.
research of this movie, I found out that goth isn't a thing. There's no goth person. There's so many different types of goth.
I asked you for this.
Gentlemen, can you please give me
Oh, God.
all the types of goth?
Okay, so I know there's like a raver goth.
What's it called?
Oh, what are the Japanese ones?
Japanese racist.
Yeah. Ashley is
was it
right. There is
Neo goth. Is it Neo goth? The raver, because there's a raver one,
I've heard of Neo Goth.
and they wear like all these like
Or neon
extravagant like
goth,
gas masks and color stuff, and they have raves. And there was like a gas leak at an illegal rave they had, but no one died because they were all wearing their gas masks. So it
Okay.
was fine.
It's
I
not,
can't
it's not
remember
on the
it,
list.
but I know that is a sub thingy.
Skeleton Goths.
Give
Ghoul
me how
Goths.
many types of goth you think there
47.
are. No.
46.
Higher or lower than a 47?
16.
That's for you to answer.
16?
Yeah.
It's higher than 16, lower than 47.
29.
No. Would you like me to just read you all the types of goth there are?
What's the point of this quiz then, Lewis?
Well, you guys aren't getting anywhere.
And you don't give me a chance.
Okay, come on. Give me some fucking answers then.
29.
No.
Like I said, I gave you at least one subgenre that I know exists.
Which wasn't. It's not on the list.
Spooky goth.
I know the type of goth you're thinking of, but neo goth is not what it's called.
Dead Goth. Hello Kitty Goth.
Dead goth is a thing.
Yay!
Yeah, when a goth dies, they're dead goth.
Goth wedding.
Vampire goth.
Yes, I believe there is.
Emo Goth.
Vampire
Grunge
goth is one. Emo goth is one.
Vincent Van Gogh.
Yes.
Yay!
No, I'm going to read you them all out now.
Go on then, give it to us.
Okay. We have the trad goth, the romantic goth, the cyber goth, the fetish goth, the hippie goth, the J goth, the rivet head, the perky goth, the mopey goth, the death rocker, the baby bat, the corp goth, the Victorian goth, the medieval goth, the metal head, the emo goth, the vampire goth, the geek goth, the goth billy, the cabaret goth, the steampunk goth, the fairy goth, and the tribal goth.
And that was Snow White and the Many Goths.
I think the one that you were thinking of with neo goth is cyber goth.
Yeah, I think that's the one I was thinking.
And I think the
of.
one you were thinking of with Japanese goth is J goth.
Right.
But yes.
I use that to wipe my dishes.
And those are all the many types of different goth in the world.
It's a lovely quiz, thank you.
You're very welcome. Now, Alexa Vega, star of the film Shiloh, has said, quote, there was always talk of a prequel or sequel, and that they all want to do it. but the film didn't perform as well as everybody hoped. Which, yeah, I know, shocker. It's always the story, isn't it? It didn't perform as well as we hoped. We're not going to do anymore. Bousman, the director, said it was conceived as 3 parts and that it would only be made with support from the fans. Support from the fans would make it happen. He told Ace Showbiz in 2008 that he wanted to start the sequel the following year. So the movie was released in 2008 and he had hopes and plans to start the sequel next year.
Okay.
However, in October 2012, nothing happens, nothing starts. Bousman and Terence Sedunic post a video on YouTube that confirmed they no longer held the rights to Repo. It was out of their hands. Lionsgate hold the rights. They're not making a sequel. Drawing parallels to Rocky Horror, though, Terence Sedunic but Darren Bousman did go and make their own original dark musical independent property after this. It's called The Devil's Carnival. Rocky Horror went and made a sort of spin-off sequel style movie called Shock Treatment. Not a lot of people know that. It's not great. It has its moments. Darren Bousman, Terence Sedunic go and make a movie called The Devil's Carnival, which, you know, had a lot of the Repo cast return, and that did get a sequel. There are 2 Devil's Carnival musicals, and having watched the trailer and a couple of songs, I can't bring myself to watch it.
Really? I like the idea of seeing that cast again.
Check it out.
No.
Like I said with Repo, if it sounds like your bag, if the trailer grabs you, if you watch a couple of songs, if it's your bag, it's your bag. Go and do the same for Devil's Carnival. Not my bag. Didn't grab me. I won't watch Devil's Carnival ever. It looked fucking awful. There are petitions out there that I found asking Lionsgate for a sequel. So I mean, the fans are clamoring for it. I mean, one has 600 signatures, and the other one that I found had 88. So that's nearly 700 people that want a sequel to this movie.
How many of those were bots, and how many of those were Lim Bousman using different accounts?
Hard to say, but I would say all.
I would say yes.
In regards to what the sequel actually would have been, there's next to no information that I could find on that. I mean, what little I did find confirmed that they wanted to do 3 parts, a prequel and a sequel. The prequel would have been called Repo, exclamation mark, The Beginning, which I assume is a working title because that's bad.
Also not a musical, or rock opera.
No, it is. It would have been set 17 years prior to this movie.
17 years.
17 years?
Yes.
17 years goes into a gun.
Yes, you're ahead of me. It would have just depicted the stuff we'd seen in the comic book scenes and heard in song, the whole Rotty, Nathan, Marnie love triangle tragedy.
So worthless is what you're telling me.
Which would have resulted in a whole movie worth of me shouting, "I seen it! I seen it before!" So, I mean, probably a plus that it didn't happen in the long run.
Yeah, for sure.
That is everything I could find on the Repo sequel prequel movies.
Hooray, thank you for your sacrifice.
I had to dive so deep to find any information. Guys, like, nobody saw the movie.
We did. It's $250 on Amazon Prime.
Less than
now, if you want to watch it.
Less than $200,000 worldwide. No one saw the movie. Lionsgate put nothing into it. There was no information. So deep. Anyway, shall we talk about where we think the movie should have gone?
Okay.
Shall we pitch our own sequels or prequels to the movie? Dan.
Ooh. Oh, you want me first?
I'd like you to start, and
yeah,
I'd like you to sing me a song from it.
Well, that's going to be difficult because my sequel is entirely non-musical.
Oh.
So I'll give you the half a paragraph that I wrote for this. Everything is grey and normal, and it's just The Office but with 2 songs. Everyone takes 9-to-5 jobs behind desks, and they run Gene-Co efficiently. The end.
Sanitization.
You said there were 2 songs.
Yeah, they
I'd
would
like
just
you
be...
to sing one.
They would just be copyrighted songs that I can't sing.
Okay, then.
They would just be Evanescence tracks. Bring Me to Life and the other one.
Fair enough. And your title?
Repo 2, Repo Harder.
Oh, he's breaking
using
out his
his
harder
claws.
claws.
Because I forgot the title. So it's Repo 2, Repo Harder.
Ashley,
Yo.
can I have your sequel pitch?
Yep.
Can
Right.
you sing me a song from it?
I could.
Do please.
Or I could actually play you a clip from the actual artist that I've hired to do all of the songs for this film.
Oh well, I mean, if
I don't know, why play you a clip when I do it live? Dan, can you please sing one of your songs that you've done for this film, for my sequel pitch?
I haven't done this.
You haven't done it?
No.
Well then, fuck your commission. Bastard.
I didn't
Sorry,
know that.
Lewis.
I'll give you a beat.
you had me all excited then.
I know, I'm so sorry.
I thought you
I
were
told
go-
him to come
I
prepared.
thought you were going to sing me a song.
Look, I told you I don't work for anything less than a ham sandwich, and you didn't even offer me that, okay?
I left it on my mother's grave. Right, something I didn't mention before, because I wanted to keep it super secret, is the very beginning of the film. Well, I'll say very beginning, after... No, it is in a prequel. We get a little voiceover that says, vote no on Prop 598 and keep repossessions legal. And, well, not a voiceover, like one of those many tannoy things. And the main benefactor of that proposition was Rotti. So with Rotti dead, his influence dies with him, and along with the public execution of A/V Repo Man, the public vote to ban organ repossession. With this, GeneCo begins losing ground to rival companies, including one formed by narrator Gothman, Grave Robber,
Grave Robber.
who is our protagonist of this film.
Sorry, what? Protagonist. Thank
sorry.
you.
He's managed to find a new way to make the blue goo zeitgeist, and so his company can deliver better quality and in greater quantities. And we begin to grow close to this protagonist, who eventually turns from his staunch no self-use of zeitgeist belief to becoming addicted to the blue goo himself. And the film ends when he dies in a shootout against a militaristic pure human group
Fucking knew it.
who are against these atrocities. It's basically Scarface the musical. And
Say hello to my little friend in your anatomy.
say hello to my little blue gun.
Then I would like you to sing me that song in the style of Grave Robber, please.
You are a filthy cockroach, cockroach. You are a filthy cockroach with a blue gun.
Cocksucker.
Why did Grave Robber turn Italian? Is my question.
Because everyone in this movie, once you get a position of power...
Sure.
Did you not watch the film?
No, you're right. Everyone in a position of power is Italian. Okay.
And the film is called Repo the Genetic Opera 2.
Okay. We got Repo the Genetic Opera 2, Repo 2,
Repo Harder.
Repo Harder. And now I guess I'll do mine.
Chocolate.
So, my movie focuses on the GeneCo kids. After Rotti's death, rival
Teeny
companies.
tot and tiny.
After Rotti's death, rival companies have sprung up in the turmoil and confusion. Rotti's kids now operate GeneCo together, heading up different departments. Parvi, with the stapled-on face, is head of surgery. Luigi is head of the Repo division. And Amber Sweet is head of pharmaceuticals and the face of the company. And she has a new face now, so she's not Paris Hilton because I can't sell her as a lead actor. Amber, addicted to Zydrate, has confused her addiction for love and thinks she's in love with the Grave Robber. Her love is unrequited, though, and spurned, she proposes on live TV that all organ finance companies band together to wage war on the grave-robbing scum. The Zydrate they harvest is technically property of GeneCo, and any grave robber caught in possession should be executed on sight. So with a big street war with repo men from all these different companies hunting down drug pushers, it's our big middle of the movie number. This is basically our one day more from Les Mis, except it's gross. and like gothic and blue.
So it's essentially Helena Bonham Carter and Borat.
Are you saying that Helena Bonham
Helena
Carter
Bonham
is gross, gothic, and blue?
Two of those things, yeah.
Sure. But which two? I'll never tell. So the Repo men find Grave Robber, and Amber stops them killing him the same way like Rotty saved Shiloh in the first movie. Tells the Repo men to bring him in. So she has Grave Robber, and she's gloating in song, naturally, that she reveals that she's going to kill him on live TV to make an example for all those who sell and use unlicensed Zydrate. And then the Grave Robber is like, what? Like your brother? Because he's like, oh, your brother uses Zydrate. And he reveals that Pavi has been coming to him for Zydrate for months. And Pavi calls him a liar. And they check him and find some Zydrate on Pavi. So Pavi pleads for his life in song again. But Amber is in a catch-22. She said on TV that all will be repossessed who use and distribute. So she dons the masks and the gloves of a repo man and is forced to kill her brother or be called a liar and lose the company to the competition. So all solemn, we now get a sad song as she cuts Grave Robber free and puts him in front of the cameras, all sad and remorseful, and he's like, please don't kill me, I love you. And Amber, all confused, in a bit of a daze, because she's just killed her brother, stops, and she's like,
You do? Prove it.
Then Luigi storms in, screaming about Amber killing Pavi. She had no right, and he's got every intention of killing her. He's charging at her, and Grave Robber grabs him and slits Luigi's throat, saving Amber as proof of his love. And thrilled, Amber kisses him hard. He dips her backwards, and the camera pulls back to show us Amber's open stomach as the Grave Robber holds the knife, and he drops her to the floor. And as Amber lay there dying, Grave Robber has a solo number about all of the awful things that Gene Code does, profiting from the suffering of others, murder, manufacturing addictive substances, slavery. And he sings all this. He leans over Amber and takes the knife to his own face, cutting off the skin to reveal underneath that it's Shiloh. And she's like, and destroyed my family, so I destroyed yours. We get a flashback to show Shiloh going into hiding, plotting with the real Grave Robber, undergoing surgery to look like him, planting the drugs on Pavi, orchestrating everything. Shiloh Robber stabs Amber in the heart, killing her, ruining her family. Credits. The movie is called REPO, Zydrate Wars. So, that was my sequel, guys. Do we have any questions, any queries about each other's sequels before we move on? Close out the show?
I did, but it went on so fucking long, I forgot what it was.
You want to fucking talk? Jesus Christ. So, those were our ideas for a sequel. You can let us know, listeners, what you think, who had the best idea by heading to @FullStartsPod and voting in the poll. It'll be on the pinned post. Also out this month, we've got our review of the Happy Time Murders and a bonus episode on the 2011 cancelled NBC pilot for the Wonder Woman TV show. Shut up, Dan.
I'm from Birmingham, NBC.
So keep an eye out for those. But now I'm going to hand over to Dan, who's in charge of the next episode. Dan,
yes, I am.
What you got for me?
When there's something strange.
No.
In the neighbourhood.
Hold it.
Who are you going to call?
No.
That's right, John Carter.
Oh, fuck you.
We're going to watch John Carter.
I would have preferred Ghostbusters.
Trust me, you won't. Yeah, I was up in an hour and I thought maybe Sahara, but no, we'll go with John Carter.
I was scared.
Oh, Sahara, full start. I saw that in the seminar.
In the seminar.
Yeah.
I was fucking terrified for a moment then. Good Christ. I should have realised what you're doing because you're incredibly predictable. But for a brief, fleeting moment there.
We'll look forward to that, guys.
Dan.
Yeah.
Round us out. You're taking over now.
Well, that just about does it for us. please look us up on Google. Literally just type in Full Starts Podcast, and you'll find our podcast anywhere: iTunes, Podomatic,
Stitcher, Podbean, TuneIn, Player FM, not Spotify.
Bye, guys.
Also, not the Google Play Store yet because they're still not letting UK podcasts on.
Yeah.
Because reasons. Racism, yeah.
Racist.
Google's a racist.
All right, guys, take care, and we will see you next month. Toodle pip.
Bye.
Bye. It's an opera, remember?
Some of it is. Some of it is.
It's a rock opera.
I wouldn't call it a rock opera.
No,
what it
there's
is.
there's
I
one
would call
there's
We Will
one
Rock You
bloke.
a rock opera.
There's one bloke whose name I always forget who can do an
No,
operatic
We Will Rock
range.
You is a jukebox musical.
It's more of an opera than this movie ever could be.
Rock opera is like
Rock opera.
Tommy, Quadrophenia. Jesus Christ Superstar.
Rock opera. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.